From Kecoughtan High School on Woodland Road in Hampton, Virginia, it is Tuesday afternoon girls softball. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Tuesday, March 27th, 2012, and we're here at Kecoughtan High School. I'm Paul Rowe along with Mike Hauser.
I'll tell you what, Paul, this is not a bad day out here for a softball game, but compared to what it was been the last few days out here when we've been used to have 80-degree weather, all of a sudden now it's in the mid to upper 40s. You're sitting here just shaking up the storm.
Well, no, it's not that bad, really. I thought it was going to be a lot colder than it was today. It's actually pretty nice.
But it's still only about 45 to 50 degrees. Are you a little bit loud? We'll cut you down some.
Ooh, if you can twist that mic down a little bit. There you go. That's good right there.
And both teams here, Bethel 4-1 on the season, Kecoughtan 3-1, as we're early in the season for both teams. Obviously, is on a nice, clear, cloudless day here, pretty much.
Pretty much?
Pretty much.
Yeah, I don't see any at all.
No.
You're right. Very nice out there. And a nice field. As we know, we love coming to Kecoughtan High School. They had this field built several years ago, and it was brand new, and it still looks brand new. Very, very good condition out there. In fact, it's excellent condition, Mike. I mean, we were here, and we saw them build this field here at Kecoughtan High School a couple of years ago, and it was just a magnificent place when it was first built, and it looks almost the same today. It's in that good a shape.
Well, like I said before, I'm very surprised at how the outfield is nice and smooth, and the grass is green. You can't ask for it to be in a better shape than it is, considering that most fields kind of dictate what they do on the infield and let the outfield go. Here at Kecoughtan, they've done a good job. Again, as always, our crew here at LSC does a pretty good job. And we'll go ahead and give their names out early since we're waiting on the teams to take the field.
With us today, Mike, we've got Susan Bowers, Gene Wheeler, and Steve Fryer on the cameras. For graphics and animation, we have Andy Foley. Slow motion instant replay is Krista Campbell. The camera control operator is Renee Camden. The chief engineer, Don Scharouse. The engineer, Greg Lesko. The director, the producer, the big man himself, Scotty Bowers. And, of course, I'm Paul Rowe, along with Mike Hauser. We're the voices you're going to hear for the next hour and a half or so as we bring you this game from Kecoughtan High School. Softball, as the Warriors will take the field now. And, Mike, I notice they're wearing the pink socks.
Yeah, that's I asked one of the followers over here if this is an occurrence that happens all season long, and apparently it was only supposed to be for a one-game affair, and now it's become an every-game affair now.
They won.
They must have won.
Those socks, huh? That would be my guess. All right. Here we go, Mike. The Kecoughtan Warriors have taken the field here, and this game's going to be starting up here in just a minute. There you can see them as they get ready. They're tossing the ball around the infield, getting prepared. Here's the lineup for the Lady Bethel Bruins. It'll be leading off the center fielder, number 4, Jessica Smith, followed by the shortstop, number 14, Erica Hardy, the third baseman, number 10, Danielle Quandal, the catcher, number 12, Melissa Juliana. The first baseman, number 9, Michaela Harney. The left fielder, number 23, Brianna Hamby. The second baseman, number 2, Alyssa Cooper. The right fielder, number 15, Nicole Hall. And the designated player, number 11, Kiana Cook. And on the mound for the Bruins today, it will be number 7, Sierra Barker, who will be doing the pitching, Mike, for the Bethel Lady Bruins.
Yeah, I watched her a little bit in the pregame warm-ups over there. She can throw the ball quite hard herself, so we're going to have a good game today as our pitching staffs of both teams are do quite well.
Right, and I just want to let people know that we might have had some 2 left fielders in there on the screen, but don't worry about that. We've got the lineups right. We know who's out there.
And the starting pitcher today for the Kecoughtan Warrior is none other than a freshman, and that is going to be Mandy Morris, as currently has, I believe, 200 strikeouts on the season. So Maddie is gets the start today.
No, she doesn't have 200 strikeouts on the season, but I do believe, if not mistaken, I think she did have 200 strikeouts in her JV season. Young pitcher, like you said, 9th grader, just a freshman. Understand she's got great control, got a good fastball and rise ball, so we'll see what we see out of her as Jessica Smith steps up. Mike, here we go.
Here we go. There's a line shot to the shortstop and a nice throw over to first base. as unfortunately for the Kecoughtan Lady Warriors, a little bit late and a base hit as Smith legged out to single to start the game here in the top of the first inning.
Sharp hit there, Michael, to the shortstop for the Warriors,
Yeah,
Gabby Jenkins. Excuse me.
And it was a one bouncer too, so it was a bang bang play, and she was enough speed to be able to leg it out. This is going to bring up Erica Hardy, number 14. She is the shortstop.
Whoa! Did
Goodness
you
gracious.
see that?
Yeah, nice little pop up and a double play on the play as the pop out to the first baseman there, and a throw back to the bag as covering the second baseman there for the double play. Here's a replay of it.
Yeah, well, we're going to miss the replay right here, but Heather Linkus, what a great job she did at first base there, Michael. She came in, slid down on her knees, got that ball, and doubled off the runner at first base. What a great play by Heather Linkus.
Well, Danielle, you'll have to pronounce her last name.
Quandal.
I do that every time. Number 10, she is the third baseman, takes a strike for the first pitch, swings through that one, and is 0-2 is the count.
Tell you what,
again, 2 outs after an outstanding double play that was just turned by Kecoughtan.
Big double play for Maddie Morris on the mound. That's a pitcher's best friend right there. Helps her out of that situation.
Yeah, that pitch kind of moved her off the plate a little bit there. It was inside, ball one. 1 ball, 2 strikes now here. Top of the first inning. 2 down. Ooh. That's a foul ball out of play back behind us.
I don't know whether you could notice that, Mike, but that was a rise pitch right there. That's what it looked like to me, and that ball was coming right at the plate, and all of a sudden just started floating right up to the top. Excellent pitch there by the pitcher, Maddie Morris, for the Kecoughtan Warriors.
So Danielle will get another shot here. 1-2 is the count, and she swings and misses through the pitch for the third out as Morris gets her first strikeout of the game. And a nice job as a freshman right now to lead off the bottom of the first inning. No hits, 1 hit, I'm sorry. No runs for Bethel.
And, Michael, there's the replay that we got on the double play, the good play by Linkus over at first base, who came in. You can see her diving in, sliding across on her knees to make that catch, and then turn around. And we forget sometimes to remember, but the second baseman had to be there to cover, and the Warriors' second baseman, Alyssa Vett, was over on that play to cover, and that's what made that double play. Of course, it was a combination of both of them, but great job there.
Good job defensively for Kecoughtan in that inning as the Bethel Bruins, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and there was 1 left on. So after a half an inning to play, the score remains tied at 0-0 as the Bethel Bruins are out in the first, and here comes the Kecoughtan Warriors. And I tell you what, leading off for Kecoughtan here in the bottom of the first inning is one of the better hitters in the district, and she's also quite a pitcher herself. Yeah. And that's Allison Bapinsak playing right field today.
She does a good job. She was one of their top pitchers last year, and she was a good pitcher, Mike. But like you said, she impressed you and I last year with her bat, and I understand she's doing a good job this year. But I'm also curious to see this young pitcher for Bethel, Sierra Barker. I've heard some good things about her, and watching her in her warm-ups, she's got excellent control, Mike. So we'll have to see how she does out here in this big circle on the mound.
Bethel's done well so far at the beginning of the season here. They're 4-1. Like we talked earlier, and in the Kecoughtan 3-1, the Bethel's had an extra game there. Probably a game that the Warriors will have to make up from a rainout. But again, not sure. Allison Babinsak will be leading it off here in the bottom of the first inning for the Lady Warriors, and she is playing right field today. First pitch is in the dirt. Nice play by the catcher to be able to scoop that one up.
Yes, it was.
And that's the kind of play we'll see all day. You'll notice most of this in this game that defensively, what a improvement on the ladies playing softball in the league nowadays. It's just it almost as though they're catching up with the guys. You know what I mean, in the athletic ability.
I think they probably are. We just missed a great changeup there that you saw coming from Barker. But, you know, we were talking about that before the game started when you and I were watching these kids warm up, and we were just amazed at the velocity and the sharpness of the throws and the accuracy of the throws by the girls, as well as how they fielded the ball. It was very smooth, balanced, and that ball go foul.
Yeah, that was a line shot down the third baseline, and it was foul.
She got a rip on that one.
Yeah.
A little ahead of that, though, wasn't she?
Yep. So it's 2-2 now as the count's evened up.
2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out here. Of course, this is the first batter, so I guess there couldn't be anybody out yet, right?
That's right. There's another
Whoa.
shot down the third base line. That again also is foul. This time it goes out of play. Still 2-2. And I tell you, we talked about the change-ups. Now would be a perfect time if you're a Bethel rooter to throw that change up here and try to get a little bit off on it. And that'll if you got a batter up there in softball that is way ahead on a fastball, the changeup will really mess their heads up.
It'll tie them in knots. And what's impressive here is that Babensack is getting her hands out front and turning them around real quick.
Pitch is outside, and that is ball 4th. So Babensack will start off the bottom of the first with a walk. That's going to bring up number 9, Gabby Jenkins, the shortstop. She will be the second batter here in the bottom of the first inning.
Ooh.
She bunched the ball, and that was nice. Absolutely. That was great. The bunt went right between the third base and shortstop position, and Gabby is going to get a base hit out of that, and that's going to move Babensack over to second.
So Babensack goes to second, and folks, look at this bunt. You couldn't have picked it up and placed it in a better place. Third baseman for the Bethel Bruins, Danielle Quandal, tried to get to that ball, but Jenkins was just able to push it enough to her right to get it by and put it in that dead area where there was nobody there.
Next batter is number 5, the shortstop, and that is Haley Tidwell.
And that's a rip into left field there. I mean, she just wailed that ball. These Warriors have come out here very aggressive. Now, I know that Babensack got the walk as a leadoff, and it was just a bunt for Jenkins, but they are really swinging a bat here, Mike, and already they've got the bases loaded here in the first inning with nobody out, and they got their number 4 batter coming up. Good spot for them to get some runs.
Lincoln now is the batter. Pitches a little bit outside, ball 1. Bases all loaded up here in the bottom of the first inning. No outs as the Lady Warriors are threatening to open it up here early in this game.
Maybe it's those pink socks.
They do look neat, though, don't they, with the black uniforms?
They do. They do. Got to admit it.
There's a line shot right to the third baseman and a tag out at third base to double up Babensack at second. At third base, that for 2 outs. Nice. We've seen 2 outstanding double plays here in the first inning.
We have that, no question, Mike. That ball was flat out ripped down the line and caught. I mean, it was a bam play. Quandal caught it and then had the presence of mind, as we see in the replay here. Watch this. This ball is hit hard. Boom!
What a
right there.
Perfect replay.
Look at that.
Perfect replay. Couldn't ask for better. Our Maddie Morris now, the pitcher, she'll be coming up to bat now. It's number 17.
But Maddie's already been up there.
Yep,
while the camera was off there, she grounded out to shortstop. So Maddie grounds out to short to make the last out of the inning.
As the Bethel Bruins, defensively, just like the Kecoughtan Warriors did in the first inning, were able to stop anything from happening without outstanding double play by the third baseman, doubling up Babensack over there at third base, and then the ground out to shortstop will end the inning. So for the Kecoughtan Warriors there in the top of the bottom of the first inning, 2 hits. There were no runs scored. There were no errors, and there was 2 left on base.
This might be an indicator of what we're going to see here today in this game, Mike. We've had some aggressive batters up there on both sides. As we watch that double play again, and there's the umpire with the demonstrative. You got it.
Well, I'm impressed. I really am impressed at the defense and how the ladies have improved and gotten so much better over the years. You know, the old saying, you throw like a girl. Well, I'll tell you what, these girls throw. They throw like the guys.
Yeah.
Some of them can throw the ball quite hard.
Or we could say the guys throw like the girls.
Yeah.
It's a compliment now.
Well, you got to give them the credit. The softball programs now have advanced to the point where it's really, really fun to watch because of the competition in the high schools now are getting to the point now where it's it's very competitive all the way around. All the schools in the district right now have good programs. So leading off the top of the second inning for Bethel is going to be number 12, the catcher, and that's Melissa Guliana.
Juliana takes ball on the first pitch there from Mandy Morris, the pitcher for the Kecoughtan Warriors.
There's a foul ball back to the fence. 1-1 is the count.
Might have got her a little bit sting there on the hand as she was shaking her hand after that swing. She's going to be all right, though. Juliana, a catcher. She's used to getting the ball on her hand there when she's behind the plate, so that won't hurt. Nice rise ball.
Ball up in the eyes is taken. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. No outs here at the top of the second inning.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Tuesday, March 27th. We're here at Kecoughtan High School. Whoa.
There's a little bloop fly ball to the first baseman right there, and an out is recorded. So Guliana is gone for the first out there in the inning. That's going to bring up, is it Michaela Harney? She is their first baseman who turned in a outstanding double play back in the first inning.
Actually, that was Heather Linkus that turned that play in for Kecoughtan. But same idea. They both played first base and doing a good job. And Heather, of course, made that play just a minute ago on that pop out, coming in again. So she's made 2 real good plays here today.
It's a ground ball to the third base, just rolling right down the baseline and overthrown. And an E5 on the play as Harney will be safe at first base. So with a runner at first base and 1 out, Brianna Hamby is the next batter, number 23. She's the left fielder for the Bruins. 1 down here, runner at first in the bottom of the second inning.
That ball hit right down to
Watch
Haley
that ball
Tidwell.
roll. Watch that ball just roll right down the line.
Yeah, she's a little late on that and just didn't get her feet set for that throw, and it just sailed a little bit on her.
First pitch on Hamby is a bit low, 1-0. Ground ball back to the pitcher. Turns around and throws the ball into center field. She looked like she didn't really know if that's the place she wanted to go. An error on the pitcher will put runners at first and second. And it almost looked like when she picked the ball up, she might have not know that she wanted to go to second instead of first. Let's see a replay of it.
Watch this. The ball comes right back to Maddie Morris. She picks it up, turns around. It's almost like she was wondering if somebody was there, but Alyssa was there. Just a little bit of a hesitation on that, but, hey.
2 errors in a row now puts runners at first and second. The ball's in the dirt. Everybody stays at home. That's going to bring up Alyssa Cooper. And
that's Nicole Hall. Nicole Hall is 4 years as a starter. Who did we miss here, Mike? Looks like we've got
Alyssa Cooper should be the batter according to the lineup.
Yeah.
Number 2, and that's who it is.
Yeah, that's Alyssa Cooper.
Yeah.
I was being told in my ear from the truck that they thought it was Nicole Hall, but that definitely is Alyssa Cooper.
And she's the second baseman. Squared around a bunt, missed it, got the third strike call on the play.
Nice play by the catcher there for the Warriors to keep the runners where they were. Sarah Wiggins took that, came right out, and stared down the runners, make sure they weren't going anywhere at all.
So that is a strikeout on the play.
No, that's only 2 strikes.
Oh, I'm sorry. My fault.
That's okay. That's why I'm watching. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
The pitch is low. 3-2 is the count.
Well, we're going to see some action here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Got runners at first and second for the Bethel Bruins as they threaten here in the top of the second inning at Kecoughtan High School.
Pitch is inside ball 4, and that's going to load it up. That'll move
Well, we got
Harney over to third, brings Hamby to second, and now Cooper at first after the base on ball. That's going to bring up number 15, Nicole Hall.
And here we had Kecoughtan threatening in the first inning, Mike, with the bases loaded, and now we got the same thing here with Bethel.
Well, that was a pretty pitch right there.
Yeah, got that one.
As Hall looked at that one all the way into the glove.
Cole Hall looking to do some damage here and give her team some runs. Ooh.
Ground ball foul down the first baseline. 0-2 is the count. That's Harney going back to third base. Nice view there by the camera, sitting on top of third base dugout, home dugout, the third baseline.
Good job of Nicole Hall there as she hit that ball to the right side of the field, trying to get it through there.
Another foul ball down the third baseline. And goes all the way out into the outfield. Saw the truck sitting back there on the first baseline. Actually, we had two trucks back there with all the equipment and all.
Probably a van.
And a van. Say if the big guy Scotty's here, he comes in the van.
Well, then he's here because the van's here.
Well, a call third strike on Nicole Hall will put her down as the number 2 out of the inning. The next batter is going to be Kiana Cook, the designated player, as she DHs basically for the pitcher Barker.
Now that strikeout, a big strikeout for Maddie Morris there. 2 outs now.
And that's, again, Kiana Cook is the batter.
Kiana Cook just looking to keep this inning going. There's 2 outs already. They got runners at all the bases. They need a hit here or
Whew, that looked like a pretty pitch.
That
She
was.
got the strike.
Yeah.
Again, no score here so far. 0-0 as we are in the top of the second inning.
Ooh.
That one just missed. Oh, she got the strike.
Yeah, late call.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Bases are all knotted up. And I tell you what.
They're all knotted up?
They're all knotted up. Kecoughtan right now has got a very good chance to try to get something going here. Pitch is down low and a call, third strike. So 2 players in a row were caught looking on third strikes, and the Kecoughtan Warriors get out of a bases-loaded jam. After all of that, there was no hits. No runs were scored, no hits. There were 2 errors and a base on balls. So after an inning and a half of play, it is Kecoughtan 0 and Bethel 0.
And Mike, credit Maddie Morris for that when the bases were loaded on errors. She walked 1 batter, and then she settled down. She got down to business, strikes out the next 2 batters to end any threat that Bethel had of scoring any runs in there. Just a 9th grader again. Maddie Morris doing a super job of getting out of that inning there for the Kecoughtan Warriors.
And she did it with both players looking, too.
Yes.
That'll drive any coach crazy. I'm going to tell you. The coaches tell these kids, boys or girls, get the bat off the shoulders, guys, because you only have a chance. If you got 2 strikes, you got to go after the ball.
And you do. I mean, you've got bases loaded. You're looking to put the ball in play, if nothing else. I know you want to drive it, but you got to get it into play. So, that's something that the Bethel batters didn't do then, and I'm sure that Coach Eastup is going to be talking to them, saying, hey, when you're up there, you got to swing that bat in that situation.
Well, leading off the Kecoughtan Warriors in the bottom of the second inning will be number 25, the catcher, and that's Sarah Wiggins. This will be her first at bat of the game. Again, no score here at Kecoughtan. Nice day out today, too. The temperature is in the low 50s.
Oh, it's very, very nice. I can tell you
the
that.
sun is to our back. That makes it a lot warmer.
To see how those shadows play out as the rest of the game goes away.
That pitch is low in the dirt, 1 ball.
It's a good shot of Sierra Barker on the mound for the Bruins as she faces Sarah Wiggins, the catcher, a senior. 3.77 GPA.
There's a ground ball right down to the shortstop. Makes the pickup, the throw, and the out. First out of the inning for the Kecoughtan Warriors. That's going to bring up number 23, the center fielder, Michelle Curry. And talking with her dad earlier today, she sits next to. He was sitting next to us. In fact, that's him sitting next to us now. He talked a lot about how his daughter had really improved and loves the game of softball.
And there she
gets a base hit right there as she hits the ball out to left center field.
And we saw that replay there real quickly. I was tied up looking at one sheet and another, but that ball went right through short.
Alyssa Vett now coming up to the plate. One down with a runner at first. That was a pitcher, Curry, standing there at first base. And this is Vett, the second baseman, squares around a bunt and pulls it back. 1 ball, no strikes.
We're just in the second inning here at Kecoughtan High School on Tuesday, March 27th, 2012.
There's a nice bunt right back into third baseman, picks the ball up. Waiting to see. I believe that she ended up beating the throw at first base. So that should put runners at first and second, as Curry will advance to second base on the play, and Alyssa Vett is safe at first.
And here's a replay on that, Mike. Alyssa drops the bunt down. Third baseman Quandol comes in, makes a good play on it, gets the throw off, but I'll tell you what, Alyssa Vett with her speed just flat beat that one out. No question about it.
Brittany York, the batter now, the left fielder for Kecoughtan. Runners at first and second. 1 down here in the bottom of the second inning.
Ooh, yeah.
Nice pitch.
She
1-1.
tried to hold up on that one, but couldn't quite handle that one. Brittany York, another senior on this team, 3.5 GPA on honor roll and doing very well on the field as well as off. And Mike, I try to get information on these kids when I can, and talking to them and the coaches, we've got a lot of young players out here in this game today, all honor roll players. I tell you, sometimes I feel like we're looking at the National Honor Society playing each other out here. Ooh.
The throw down to third base on a double steal, and Curry advances to second. Vett goes up to third. Vett goes up to second base on the throw, and everybody is safe.
Yeah, Curry.
Brittany York still at the plate.
Curry took off on that. You'll see her right here. She just gone. She got the jump, knew she had it, and came all the way through.
I think she actually had third base beat down on that one.
Oh, yes.
What probably finally got it for her. 3-1 is the count.
Sierra Barker.
Foul ball hit straight back towards us.
Good thing there's a fence in front of us here.
Yeah, we look like a bunch of monkeys back there, you know.
Yeah. Oh, man. I tell you. Brittany York, the batter, 3.5 GPA.
There's a ground ball right back to the pitcher.
Nice.
And
nice.
I tell you what, the runner at third base, who was Curry, did an outstanding job drawing the throw. Everybody is safe, so now the bases are loaded as Brittany York hits into a fielder's choice, and that'll load the bases up again with 2 outs. That's going to bring up the leadoff batter, Allison Babinsack, the right fielder. Here's a replay of that, and she was able to get back safely. The little hesitation by the pitcher getting the ball to the bag is what allowed everybody to be safe on it.
Well, that and the fact that, like you said, Michelle Curry just got off enough to keep the interest of Barker on her rather than try and get the runner at first. And that's what loaded them up there.
So Bethel Kecoughtan has it loaded up again here in the second inning, just like they did in the first. And Babinsack swings through that pitch. 0-2 now is the count.
Babinsack, a good young player, just a sophomore, 10th grade, sporting a 3.50, and there it is.
A base shot right up the middle, and everybody scores. Look out.
Whoa.
Here we go. And what a play at the plate.
I think she got her, yes.
So Vet is thrown out at the plate on a great play by the center fielder by the Bethel Bruins. And let's look at it again. And what the throw is a little bit high, but the base hit right up the middle will allow the score. Curry comes in and scores, and the throw into the plate and the tag down low. And out is Vet for the second out of the inning. So RBI by Babinsack will score the first run of the game, as Kecoughtan will take a 1-0 lead now.
Great throw by Jessica Smith, the center fielder for the Bethel Bruins. I tell you, she unloaded on that thing, Mike. Got it in there in a hurry, and a great play by the catcher. And that, of course, is Melissa Giuliani, as she was able to get the ball down and make the tag on a sliding Vet.
And this is shortstop Gabby Jenkins batting now. Back in the first inning, she had a base hit and was stranded at second. Foul ball out of play. Out behind the first baseline, so we got the folks out there running after the balls that go out of the foul ball. You see a lot of those.
Yes. Kecoughtan threatening again here, folks.
Pitch is a bit high, called ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. Here in the bottom of the second inning, Kecoughtan has broke loose for the score. Could have been a lot worse than that, but an outstanding play by the center fielder of the Bethel Bruins nailed a runner at the plate. There's another foul straight back. I certainly am glad there's a fence there.
Yeah.
They got to sit right. If you can see it right there, they got to sit right directly behind the plate, and especially when there's a left-handed batter up, a foul ball like that comes right at us.
Yes.
And there's a line shot right back to the pitcher for the third out of the inning. That'll end it here in the top of the second inning for the Bethel, or for the Kecoughtan Warriors. They're going to score a run on 3 hits. There were no errors, and let's see, there were 2 left on base.
Yeah, watch this on a replay. It's right back to her. I got it. Yep. Yeah, here we go. Nothing to it. Good play, good reaction by Sierra Barker on the mound for the Bethel Bruins as we watch Coach Estep as he travels down to his third base slot.
Well, that's pretty good. I tell you what, both teams have really had chances to score early in this game in 2 innings. Both teams have had the bases loaded.
Not a problem for both teams, though. That's what they want to do, is load up the bases, and that way they can score some runs. That's the whole idea out here.
Good defense by both teams. Have really done a good job.
It's been a well-played game so far. I know it's only into 2 innings, but a little bit of wind blowing to right field, and these guys are still playing a great game no matter what. Whew, man. Sun feels good on your back, doesn't it?
It does. Can you imagine what it's going to feel like when that sun goes down? Hopefully it'll still be up when the game's over.
Well, that's why I brought my jacket here. There we see.
There's a replay of the base hit that scored the run and the out at the plate.
Look at this.
Doink,
Boom.
and down.
Look how she gets that ball down so quickly there. Juliana did a great job.
All right, so we get started here in the top of the third inning. Leadoff batter number 4, the center fielder who made that great throw from the field earlier, Jessica Smith. And get ready, we showed the play, and then she gets to bat to lead it off. That's pretty cool.
What's that saying? You make a good play in the field, then you get to come up at bat. And, ooh.
It's a foul ball down the third baseline.
Well, she got around on that one real quick, didn't she? Real quick.
Let's see how Maddie Morris will handle the speed of the hands and the bat for Jessica. That's a little bit low ball one. 1-1 is the count. Nobody out here in the top of the third inning here at Kecoughtan High School. The boys are playing baseball back there behind us, the waves.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
Yep, the Bethel came over here to play Kecoughtan as the boys are playing a home game. That's a nice swing and a miss.
See that rise on that pitch. Ninth grader, Michael.
Kecoughtan coaching staff was telling us that they had 4 pitchers on this squad, and 2 of them are outstanding. And his concern more than anything else is being able to get all of them in there to play, you know.
Yeah.
And when you got 2 pitchers like this, when you got Morris and Backensack, they both can throw the ball quite well. One's a junior, and the other one's a freshman. You're looking at the freshman throwing right here.
Actually,
nice changeup.
Actually, Backensack's a sophomore.
What'd I say?
You said junior. She's just a sophomore.
She's a sophomore.
She's just a sophomore.
Both of these 2 pitchers are going to be coming up pretty very good for the next couple of years. So Smith goes down swinging for the first strike of the out, and that's going to bring up Erica Hardy. Hardy batted in the first inning and flew and popped out to the first baseman, I'm sorry. And that led to the double play.
Yes, it did. A great double play by Heather Linkus. Erica Hardy, a senior, Mike, sporting a 3.5 GPA. Once again,
swing and a miss.
One of those National Honor Society people that we've got out here.
The folks out there are going to hear a lot of this.
Man.
Throughout this whole game, I mean, you're going to find that there's a lot of players on both of these teams that are outstanding in the classroom. That one's foul down the left field line.
Got those hands around quickly on that. Very, very quickly. Erica Hardy, her last year, she'll be graduating, and I know she's going to be excited about that. She's going to be going to, hopefully, Lewisburg College in North Carolina. Ooh.
There's a swing and a miss. That's out number 2. 2 back-to-back strikeouts now for Morris.
How many strikeouts is that now for Mandy Morris, Mike?
5 so far.
And this is what, 3rd inning?
That's only the 3rd inning. Here we go with
4 in a row.
Yep. Danielle.
You love that last name, don't you?
Quandal.
I hope I'm saying it right as she grounds out the second baseman, Alyssa Vett, there.
That'll end the inning here in the 3rd for the Bethel Bruins. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. So after 2.5, it's the Kecoughtan Warriors 1 and the Bethel Bruins nothing. Let's see a replay of that last out.
There's Morris's pitch. Nice pitch right on the outside. She just taps it right to Vett, who gets down. What you didn't see on the camera there, though, is that Vett takes a couple steps to her left, kind of slides down real smooth, fields the ball, sets herself, throws a runner out. And it's something we're going to talk about here, Mike, is the fact that these girls look really smooth, really well coordinated when they're making these plays. It's not, you hate to say it, they don't look girlish. They look athletic, and that's great.
Well, in the past, a lot of times when when softball first really got going around here, the girls were a little, I hate to say it, but they were uncoordinated when it came to making plays.
Well, it wasn't that they were uncoordinated.
They'd stick the glove out there and hope the ball when the ball went into the glove. Nowadays, with the AAU programs that they have and all the other activities that the young ladies have when they're practicing softball, they've learned how to adjust and be able to slide across and make the smooth transitions into the catch and the throw. And it's so much better now than it was 5 years ago.
It certainly is, and I'll guarantee you that probably half the young ladies out here have played for an AAU team or are still playing.
So as we get started for the bottom of the 3rd inning now for Kecoughtan, they will lead it off here with Hallie Tidwell. She takes the first pitch of the ball. It's first time she batted back in the 1st inning. She had a base hit, so she's 1 for 1. Pops that one straight up over by the first baseline, just outside of the play.
Nice hustle
even it
over
up
there.
at 1-1.
Whoo! GPA 3.67 for Hallie Tidwell, a member of the National Honor Society. She's also in the Spanish Honor Society.
That fouls that one back straight behind us. 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count.
To Hallie Tidwell or Haley. Is it Hallie or Haley?
I kept hearing everybody in the background
Say
holler, Haley.
Haley.
That one's inside. That'll even it up 2-2. Still nobody out. First batter here in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Yeah, my first L looks like an I, so I was, and it may be. I know I've got a young lady in class whose name is Haley. And
Which is
spelled
outside
H-A-L-E.
and low. Full count now, 3-2.
See if the Warriors can strike up something like they did in the last inning. They're hoping to add some more runs, and of course Sierra Barker's trying to keep them from doing that.
And a swing and a miss. Nice cut at the ball, but nothing doing there as a strikeout takes place as Tidwell goes down for the first out. That's going to bring up Heather Linkus.
Heather Linkus.
First baseman, number 10. And she lined out to the third baseman back in the first inning for the first out. 0 for 1.
Heather's got a 3.94 GPA at Kecoughtan, another one of those National Honor Society. Where do you get these grades from? I tell you, they spend all their time playing ball, and half of them are playing other sports, and they're still able to maintain these GPAs. That speaks well for every one of these student athletes.
I like you got to give parents a little bit of credit here too.
Well, naturally,
and how the parents have bring these kids up and do so well in class and be able to play the sports too is pretty good. Heather will draw a base on ball, so she'll be at first base with 1 out. And Maddie Morris will be the next batter, the pitcher, who's already got 5 strikeouts here in the game after 3 innings.
And remember, ladies and gentlemen, she is just a
freshman,
9th grader. Oh, nice.
So Morris will hit into a fielder's choice for the second out over to second base as Heather Linkus.
That was a nice bunt there by Maddie Morris. You'll see on the replay here, she pushes that one right down the third base line, gets the bat low down on the ball. Quandall over quickly, throws a sharp shot to first to get that out.
And that's going to bring up Sarah Wiggins, the catcher. First pitch is a ball 1. She batted last inning and grounded out to the shortstop for the first out of the inning.
She's another one of our National Honor Society people, a 12th grader with a 3.77, member of the National Junior Honor Society, Honor Roll, National Honor Society. Undecided right now on her college, but she's looking at CNU, Shawan, Eastern Mennonite. So she's got some lined up here. These kids do a good job of getting great grades and being prepared to go on. Excellent school system here at Hampton, if I say so myself. I know I teach in there, but they're doing a good job here in getting these kids a good education.
Looks at a ball outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Sarah Wiggins is the batter. Scores 1-0 right now, and we have 2 outs here in bottom of the third inning. Oh, that pitch is outside. 3-1 is the count. So Wiggins has the upper hand here with a 3-1 count. Oh, right down the middle. Call strike. That'll make it full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
I'm sorry, I was looking through my notes there, Mike. I apologize.
All right. Oh, nice pitch. And a called third strike will end the inning for the Kecoughtan Warriors. So after 3 complete innings of play, Kecoughtan is leading the game by a score of 3-1. For Kecoughtan in the bottom of the third inning, 1-0.
1-0.
And the bottom of the I keep thinking third inning. Yeah, in the bottom of the third inning for Kecoughtan, there were no runs scored, no hits, and there were no errors, and there was 1 left on.
And I'm sorry, like I said, I was looking through my notes there a second. I lost track of this. I'm going to have to find out exactly what you've got here. I was there. You go ahead. I'll get this. Go ahead.
There's the infield there for the Kecoughtan Warriors as they warm up, getting set for the 4th inning of play here. As we get set to go here in the top of the 4th inning. So in the top of the 4th inning for the Bethel Bruins, leading off will be Melissa Giuliani.
And again, folks, we hope we're pronouncing this right. Giuliani. We apologize. We do the best we can with the pronunciations.
It
It's
looked like it was spelt G-O-U, so Giuliani is the way we would pronounce that.
I had it Giuliana. So, one or the other. We know her name is Melissa, and we know she's the catcher.
What an outstanding catcher she is, too.
Yeah, she's done a good job. Very, very good job. Very, very good job. Speaking of a good job, Mandy Morris has done a great job here so far on the mound for the Warriors. Maddie Morris, the 9th grader.
5 strikeouts through 3 innings.
5 strikeouts?
Yeah, 4 of them in a row, too.
Good
2 to
Lord.
end the inning in the second, and 2 to begin the inning in the third.
Wow.
All right, here we go. First batter is going to be Melissa Giuliani, catcher. A little change up in there for a call strike.
These young ladies just doing a nice job out there today. The weather's so good. Ooh, that was a rip, Mike.
It was swing and a miss.
That's what we used to call looking downtown. See if you can drive that ball.
Pitch is outside.
You think?
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Catcher was setting
Well,
up about 4 feet off the plate there.
Yeah,
She
we-
put it right where it was.
Yeah, we got to be careful, though, because the umpire
I
might
know.
call that a strike.
I know. I know.
Got to wait to see whether the arm comes up.
Yeah.
That one comes right back to the fence again.
What's
It's
that old?
fouled.
What's that old saying? If you throw it where the catcher wants you to throw it, you should get a strike.
As Giuliana goes down and talks to Mr. E. Step down there and gets a little bit of advice. He says, don't hit the ball foul, hit the ball straight. Keep an eye on the ball. The ball's over your head, and you're swinging at pitches that are high.
Oh, my goodness.
1 ball, 2 strike pitch. There's a ground ball to the second baseman.
Oh.
What a play by Vet. Oh, man.
That's a scramble play if you ever saw one.
Scoot to her left, make the play, throw to first for the out, and that retires Giuliani for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up Michaela Harney. She is the first baseman.
There's a replay of this. Look at that. Getting dirty there on the ground is Alyssa Vett as she gets that ball quickly and then just takes her time and tosses it out. Again, good defense, good plays by these young ladies out here on this field today, Mike. It's just amazing. I'm impressed.
Ooh, there's a swing and a miss right through the pitch. 1-1 is the count. 1 down here in the top of the 4th inning. Nobody on.
Michaela Harney hoping when she graduates, she's got another year to go, that she'll go to, ooh.
There's a shot right between the second baseman and the actual bag into the left center field for the base hit.
As I was about to say, she's hoping she may end up going to Radford after she graduates, but she's got another year to go, and as she rips that ball into the outfield for a base hit.
Brianna Hamby now the batter for Bethel. Number 23, she's the left fielder.
Tall girl.
Pops that one straight back. Hits the fence, stays in park. Foul ball. 0-1. 1 down here. Runner at first.
Another young player, this one on Bethel's side, Brianna Hamby. 10th grader, Michael, just a freshman. You ready for this? 4.09.
Another pop-up foul here out of play. Let me ask you a question. She's a 10th grader?
10th grader.
So how's she a freshman?
Not a freshman, a sophomore. A sophomore. I get it confused now. When I went to high school, we had 3 classes.
That's right. 10th, 11th, and 12th.
Right.
Yeah,
Freshman, sophomore, junior.
I told my dad that a lot, and he said, that was funny because back when I was in school, we only had to go to the 11th grade.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, folks. It's I still have that 3-year thing in there, and I get confused. But let's watch this replay on that ball that was out of play. Good hustle by – oh, she got it. She got it. Nice catch in the basket there.
Oh, that's right. That's the play that Miss Vet went across in foul territory and made the play.
Yep.
And we were sitting here talking and missed it. There's a ground ball to the third baseman by Alicia Cooper for the third out of the inning. So Bethel goes down 4 up and 3 down. There was a base hit on there. And so they had no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and there was 1 left in the 4th inning. So after 3.5 innings of play, the score remains the same. Kecoughtan 1 and Bethel 0.
And here's the replay right here. Boom, right down to the third baseman, slow roller, and the third baseman for the Kecoughtan Warriors, Haley Tidwell, scoops that one up. Nice throw across the diamond to get that third out.
As we enter the top or the bottom of the 4th inning of play for Kecoughtan, and leading off will be Michelle Curry. 1 for 1 as she singled and scored the lone run of the game back in the 2nd inning.
It's a nice day here at Kecoughtan High School. Again, you are watching LSC from Kecoughtan High School, March 27th, 2012, as we bring you ladies softball, our first game of the spring season.
I hope everybody got the channel changes too, because the cable channels changed on us a month or so ago. LSC is now on Cox Channel 48, and over on Verizon they've been moved from Channel 22 to 23.
That's correct. That is correct.
There's a little ground ball to the second baseman, pick up and a throw, and a nice play that time.
It was good hustle by the Bethel second baseman, Alyssa Cooper, and we'll see that on the replay here. Watch this ball. Is it nice sharp shot, but look how Cooper gets over there with a nice slide, sets her back foot to make the throw across her body, and is able to get that out.
That's going to bring up the second baseman, Alyssa Vet, and this young lady can hit the ball, folks. Wait do you see how she ends up swinging. She has a very clean motion with the bat.
Well, she comes from a family, of course, her older brother played baseball, and the younger sisters played here. I mean, their older sisters played here. She is the younger sister.
1-1 is the count. Pitch is high and hit deep to left center field, and it falls between the outfielders and drops the ball. She's going to try to leg out a triple, and she rounds second and goes all the way in, standing up at third base for a triple. Cool. So Alicia Vet hammers the ball to right center field and gets a triple out of it. Nice hitting there, like I was telling. And that was a high pitch, too. She went after a pitch that was above her eyes. Watch this replay.
Look at this. She just gets that bat out there. The pitch is up and on the outside corner, and she just muscles up and takes that pitch to right field. Whew, and, Mike, I didn't know she had that kind of speed. She moved around the bases to get to third.
Now, Brittany York now will come up as she hit into a field of shorts back in the second. Pitch is a little bit low. Ball 1. So she's 0 for 1 so far here in the game, as Kecoughtan, with 1 out, has a runner at third base. That's about a foot outside.
You think? You think?
2-0.
Brittany York, another National Honor Society, 3.5. 3.5. Woo.
Ball dribbled down the third baseline.
Ooh.
And the ball was thrown in the dirt, legging out the base hit, and then coming in scoring is Vet. So Kecoughtan will now take a 2-0 lead. And I believe we're going to have to give her a base hit and an RBI on that one.
Yeah, let's see that. The ball's just a slow dribble down there. Quando makes a good throw, and it's a one hop to the first baseman, but it's right on line. And
outran the throw.
York just outran it right there.
So an RBI single by York brings in Vet, now 2-0. That's going to bring up the leadoff batter, Babinsack.
Babinsack. Get that B in there.
The right fielder.
Ooh.
Pitch is a little high.
Did you notice the catcher on that one, Mike? Looked like they were getting set there for a pitch out. They thought maybe there might be some movement there. Either that or they were really trying to throw it outside. Way outside. Wow. That was a sharp
throw to
throw.
the bag right there.
Really nice. Babinsack, as we said earlier, the right fielder today, just a 10th grader.
Nice swing and a miss on that one.
Tall 10th grader. Allison Babinsack, like I said, on the honor roll. She's gotten the Presidential Award. Another quick throw down to first base.
Almost had her.
They're worried about the runner down there, Brittany York. They've thrown down there a couple of times. Allison's got a few years yet before she graduates, but she's already thinking, whoa!
The line shot to center field, over the head of the center fielder. Around in second base is York, heading into third. She will arrive safely, and Babinsack will be safe with a stand-up double. That puts runners at second and third. With one out here, as Kecoughtan really is threatening here to open this one up.
Now watch this. She just
that
lays
shot.
into this pitch, Mike. That pitch was right down the gut almost. But what's interesting is there you have the center fielder for the Bruins, Jessica Smith, getting to the ball quickly and firing it in. And we notice this time that Kecoughtan holds their runner up at third base, does not try to send him in to score. I think there's a little respect for the arm out there in center field.
Well, when we saw in the replay, her throw from the fence to the bag at second was a line throw. So the strength of these young ladies with the throwing arms has really improved. I'm just amazed, and I really like watching softball now. It's become more of a wide open and more competitive game.
Well, it's very crisp, too, and very athletic. These young ladies really have learned the game, the basics and the fundamentals. And I tell you what, it's just like watching a baseball game.
The runners are second, third. That's going to bring up Gabby Jenkins.
Oh!
And she has a base hit. The ball's thrown in from the outfield. Advancing to second is Gabby Jenkins. Over to third is Allison Babinsack. And coming in to score is Brittany York for the third run. So Jenkins picks up an RBI and a base hit.
That one, look at this, Michael. This ball, sharp hit, line drive just past the diving glove of the shortstop for the Bruins, Erica Hardy. Man. And there you see her as she goes into second on the throw as it goes to third. Nice shot.
Haley Tidwell now the batter, number 5. She is the third baseman for Kecoughtan.
Now batting number, who do we have there?
Should be Tidwell.
I think this is Linkus. I think Tidwell just made an out. I think this is Linkus. We missed while we were talking about that replay there. I think we missed that out. I think there was a ground ball.
Well, that was
ground ball out that we missed while we were talking about that replay, because this is Linkus right here.
It was the fielder's choice, and then we have the bases loaded. All right, so it was a fielder's choice that, that took place while we were watching the replay. Tidwell hit the ball back to the pitcher. The pitcher was waiting for the runner at third base and held her on, but in the meantime, the batter was actually safe at first base. So all three runners at first now. First base is Tidwell, second base is Jenkins, and at third base is Babinsack.
And thank you, gentlemen in the truck, for keeping us awake out here.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
So this is Heather Linkus that's batting right
yes.
now. Still one down, bases loaded. Again, the Warriors are really threatening to open this one up right now. They have a 3-0 lead here in the bottom of the fourth inning.
Yeah, it seems like they've threatened almost in every inning here, Mike, except for one.
And that one was bowled to the plate.
Yeah, that's what you call a waste pitch. You
Strike.
just want.
Or she got a spare out of that one, right? And there's a little pop up to the shortstop. And nice play right there. That'll be the second out of the inning. So the bases are still loaded with 2 down. That's going to bring up Maddie Morris. Morris is 0 for 2 at the plate right now as she grounded out to the shortstop in the first inning, hit into a fielder's choice back in the third. So the bases are loaded now with 2 down. And let's see if Kecoughtan can get out of this mess.
Oh, the Kecoughtan doesn't want to get out of this mess. They got all the runners on the base. They want to get some more runners in. It's Bethel that wants to get out of this mess right now, and Sierra Barker on the mound would like nothing more than a strikeout or a pop out or a ground out right here.
Yeah, that sounds like a big loud muffler motorcycle going by us here.
Yeah, that's what it is over there in the parking lot. Actually, it's a couple of them. Ooh.
Pitch is a little bit outside. 2 balls and a strike now. Maddie Morris at the plate. Bases are loaded here in the bottom of the 4th inning of play. There's a pop up to down the left-hand side of the field, and the second baseman makes the play. That's going to end the inning, and that stops the Kecoughtan rally as they scored 2 runs on the inning. 4 hits. Bases were left loaded. There were no errors. So after 4 complete, Kecoughtan now leads this one by a score of 3-0.
And here we're going to see the replay of that pitch that you liked that went down for a strike or a spare there.
So as we get ready to get started here in the top of the 5th inning of play for the Bethel Bruins, they will send the number 8 hitter, Nicole Hall, up to the plate.
Here's a nice picture of the pitcher for the Kecoughtan Warriors, Maddie Morris, the young 9th grader who has really pitched quite well. How many hits does she have? She allowed so far?
2, I believe. Let's see.
Got
1 there.
And that's it.
2 hits.
2 hits.
1 in the lead off the game and 1 2 innings ago, or 1 last inning. So far it's a 2-hitter for Maddie Morris. As we get ready to start the top of the 5th inning.
And you got, what do you got there? 1, 2, 3, 4. What do you got? 6. How many strikeouts you got?
1.
Well, not you. How many does Maddie Morris
2,
have?
3, 4, 5, 6. She's got 6.
Man. That young girl can toss.
All right, here we go. This is Nicole Hall, the right fielder for the Bethel Bruins.
Nicole, a senior, 3.0 GPA on the honor roll. She's had perfect attendance. Shows up to every day of school. She's also a cheerleader.
Squares around a bunt, fouls straight back to the fence. 0-2 is the count.
Nicole's been on the team for 4 years. 2 years she's been a starter. She's looking at college after she graduates this year, and she's got a lot of different places: UVA, ODU, VCU, and VSU.
And that's Virginia State.
That is Virginia State, I would assume.
I believe they are in Richmond, too. It's nice to be able to see the cheerleaders be able to get into the activity of sports, too, besides actually cheerleading, you know.
Yeah.
And usually the only time they get a chance to do that is during the spring sports. Because, of course, they're busy during the fall or during the fall with football, and then the wintertime with the basketball. Spring times are the times that they can really get involved. There she goes swinging and a miss, and that's strikeout number, what's that, strikeout number 6?
6 or 7.
And
7,
number 1, that's first out of the inning. That's going to bring up the number 9 hitter in the inning. That's the designated player who is batting for the pitcher. It's going to be number 11, Kiana Cook.
Kiana Cook is a, let's see, I'm going to just say 11th grader. I'm not going to mess with this junior, senior stuff anymore. She's an 11th grader. Mike, 4.02 GPA. Oh, man, and I love this part. She won't be graduating until next year, but with a 4.02, she's looking at one of those colleges that's near and dear to my heart, and, of course, that's UVA. What a great place to go to.
The ground ball down the first baseline foul. Speaking of UVA, have you heard the latest? The football team that has started spring practice already will be here at CNU Friday.
No, I did not hear that.
Yeah, they are going to be here Friday at CNU. They will actually have a free open practice. So anybody that wants to go and actually watch it can do that. So Cook goes down swinging. That's another strikeout and out number 2 in the top of the 5th inning. That's going to bring up leadoff batter Jessica Smith, who has 1 hit on the day, and she is 1 for 2 as she struck out back in the 3rd. Strikeout number 7 now for Mandy Morris.
Piling them up. I tell you what, that last pitch was a nice little pitch, too. Had some late movement on it. As she gets another strike in there.
Jessica has had the first hit of the game and also one of the 2 that the Bethel Bruins have on the game. 0-1. A little change up a little bit high, and that's outside for ball 1.
You know, you look at Jessica Smith up there at the plate, and you think, well, you know, she's a good little player. She's going to be the type to hit all over the place. One of her best memories is when she hit an out-of-the-park home run at Phoebus. And to get a ball out of these parks, a big softball like that, you got to hit the ball. And that young lady hit it out of the park. One of her best memories. And that's a good memory to have anytime you hit a home run. That's something I never did.
1 ball, 2 strikes is to count.
Out of the park, anyway.
Yeah. Foul straight back. She's got a good cut at the ball, doesn't she?
She does, but I was worried about that ball. I shouldn't be with the fence in front of us, but you know how it goes. You're watching LSC, ladies and gentlemen. It is Tuesday, March 27th. We're coming to you from Kecoughtan High School on Woodland Road in Hampton, Virginia.
Nice change up. A little bit high. Had her looking at it, though, didn't she?
Yeah.
2-2 is the count. 2 down here in the top of the 5th inning. 3-0, Kecoughtan out in front. Mike Hauser along with Paul Rowe and the rest of the crew here at LSC. And it's staying pretty nice out here right now as far as the temp's concerned with that sun beating down on our backs.
Yes,
if we were inside somewhere, it'd be a little bit on the chilly side.
And I am thankful that it is not chilly. You know how I am with the cold weather.
Oh, yeah.
But I brought my coat.
Yeah, but you don't have to wear it, so there you go.
No.
That was fouled right off her ankle. I don't know how bad ankles feel.
Was that off her ankle? It looked like it was in the dirt.
Especially when I fell right on my butt earlier tonight.
Yeah, well.
And everybody probably had a good chuckle at that.
Yeah, we did. You know, you said it was your knee.
You weren't here.
You don't have any knees. I heard when I got here. I heard. You said that get some people to come pick you up.
Nope, I actually picked up myself. Line drive down the left field line, and it falls foul. 3-2 is the count now as we're up to a full space. There, you could see the baseball field right there just then and see the guys running around.
There we see the young Maddie Morris on the mound for the Kecoughtan Warriors. Pitching in a great game so far. 2 hits, Mike, is that right?
That's correct.
2 hits for the
that's foul straight back again. How come you jumped on that one?
Well, because that one, it hurt me. It looked like it went off the catcher there.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to have a timeout here as catcher goes after the ball. I tell you what, the catchers really do take a beating in softball.
They
Foul
do.
balls hitting them, and it smarts just a little bit as the plate umpire is giving her a little bit of time here.
That's one nice thing about umpires. They're very, very nice to the catchers. Because I tell you what, if the catchers weren't back there, that ball would be hitting the umpire every pitch, wouldn't it? So they're thankful that the catcher's there. When the catcher gets hit like that, the umpires realize that they've gotten it off the mask at times too.
Again, full count, 2 down.
Both strikeouts.
Ground ball down to third base line to the shortstop, and she makes the play. And she is out. That's the third out of the inning as the actual third baseman made a play. So after 4.5 complete innings of play, Kecoughtan leads 3-0. Here's a replay.
Nice swing by Jessica Smith. Gets the bat out there, but hits it a little low. And, of course, right to the shortstop.
Yep, shortstop made the play.
And that was Gabby Jenkins. That looks like Raymond, I think it's Mr. Haynes. Let's see if we can get him to wave. It's the principal of Kecoughtan High School. He's the gentleman in the suit there with the tie. Let me see if I can get him here. Raymond Haynes, Mr. Raymond Haynes. He's looking this way. Maybe he'll see me in a second. Yeah, there you go. There you go, Mr. Raymond Haynes, principal of Kecoughtan High School. There you go.
Okay, you can sit down now.
Sit down again. And I think this is his, first or second year at Kecoughtan High School, my old alma mater.
Well, for Bethel, let's see, for Bethel back in the top of the fifth inning, they had 3 up and 3 down again. As Maddie Morris is pitching an outstanding game for the Kecoughtan Lady Warriors. Don't forget we got to pick our player of the games here before this over with.
You want to hear something interesting?
Yeah, go ahead.
You were saying 3 up and 3 down last inning. In the first inning, Maddie Morris had 3 up, 3 down. And then in the third inning, she had 3 up and 3 down. And then in the fifth inning, she had 3 up and 3 down. I just thought I'd mention that.
Oh, that was
every other inning.
That's what you want. I mean, you know. Number 25 now is the catcher, Sarah Wiggins. She'll lead it off here for Kecoughtan in the bottom of the fifth. Let's see if they can add on to it. There's a line shot down the third base line that drops foul. Out of play. 1-1 is the count.
Again, Sarah Wiggins, a senior. She's been on this team for 4 years. She started last year, and this year she's played catcher, third, first, left field, and right. She's kind of played all over.
Yeah, 0 for 2 today so far. She grounded out to short in the second inning, struck out in the third, looking. And here in the fifth inning, gets her third shot at it. Ground ball straight back to the pitcher. Scoops the ball up and makes the play for the out, for out number 1. As Wiggins is retired for the first out, that's going to bring up Michelle Curry, who is 1 for 2. She had a base hit and scored the first inning. Grounded out to the second baseman back in the fourth inning.
Michelle Curry, again, a senior, National Honor Society.
Of that last out.
And Mike, her GPA, 3.94. 3.94. Is interested in Virginia Tech, Longwood, or CNU. Oh, and she's interested in elementary education. I need to talk to her. I need to talk to her. That's a tough career to get into.
Somebody's got to do it.
Well, somebody does. It's a tough career. I tell you, my hat's off to anybody that gets into elementary education. Oh, nice pitch. Just a little outside, I guess, but that was a nice pitch.
3-0 is the count. I believe this is the first 3-0 count of the game.
Yeah, both of these pitchers have been around the plate.
And she throws that one in the ground. So Curry will reach base safely with a base on balls. That's going to bring up Alyssa. Back in the second inning, she had a base hit and was thrown out at the plate in that inning. And in the fourth inning, hit a triple to right center field to the fence and ended up scoring after the base hit. So she is 2 for 2 so far in the game. She has done well at the plate.
And I know her parents are proud of her today. They're out here somewhere, I'm quite sure, watching this game.
That pitch was outside. There's a line shot down the third base line, and it is fair. It falls in front of the left fielder. So Vet will pick up a base hit. Her third of the game. Advances to second is Michelle Curry. So they will have runners at first and second with one out. That's going to bring up Brittany York. York also has had a pretty good game. She had knocked into a fielder's choice, was stranded at second in the second inning, had an RBI single and scored in the fourth inning.
And we just saw the replay of that shot there. Real hard hit, one bouncer into left field.
It's a fly ball to the right center fielder. They're not going to run on her. No. She's got a good arm. So with the second out of the inning, Brittany York flies out to the right fielder, and that leaves runners still at first and second. And that's going to bring up Allison Babinsack. She is the right fielder today, and she is done quite well. She had a base on balls in the first, a single and an RBI in the second, a double, and was stranded at third base. And now she is batting here in with two down, runners at first and second in the bottom of the fifth.
And the only reason there are runners just at first and second is because they learned early in the game you don't run on Jessica Smith. And they didn't.
Ground ball right straight back to the pitcher, and the throw and the out. So Kecoughtan threatens here in the bottom of the fifth inning, but comes up dry as they end up leaving two. And they had one base hit and a base on ball. So no runs, one hit.
As we watch the last out of the inning here, as Babinsack hits it right back to Sierra Barker on the mound, who tosses it out for that third out.
Good defense again by Bethel. And that's Mr. Curry, one I was telling you about earlier, sitting right next to us, and his wife.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching this on LSC, Cox Channel 48, Verizon Channel 23. We're coming to you from Kecoughtan High School on Tuesday, March 27th, 2012, bringing you the first game of the spring season between the Kecoughtan Warriors and the visiting Bethel Bruins. And Mike, we've got a shot on the screen right now as I look down here around this cardboard that they've got shielding the sun. And this young pitcher is putting on a show. I can tell you that right now. Again, how many hits has she allowed?
Well, she's only allowed 2 hits, but she's had 7 strikeouts so far.
7 strikeouts in, what, 5 innings?
In 5 innings.
And remember, ladies and gentlemen, she is just a 9th grader. A 9th grader.
Erica Hardy will lead it off for the Bruins here in the bottom or the top of the 6th inning. She is the shortstop for the Lady Bruins.
I'll tell you what, you give me 2 pitchers like Morris and what's Babinsack. And I'll tell you what, you can go through a season and not lose.
And you know, the coaches were telling us earlier that, you know, they've actually got 4 pitchers, and they're all young. It's hard to get everybody in the game. So well,
we'll have to watch him as the year goes on, Mike, and see what he does, because I tell you, I've been impressed by this young Maddie Morris so far today.
Pitches right in there, strike one.
Yeah. She is always around the plate. Every pitch has a purpose. She hits the glove. The catcher sets up in. She throws it in. Catcher sets up out. She throws it out.
She's a freshman. That means she's, what, 14 years old? Oh, that one hurt. Oh, that one hurt.
Oh, man.
That hurt. That looked like it hit her right on the temple.
Ooh. I couldn't see from back here. It looked like it hit her, though. I know that, right up in the head somewhere. They're calling him out.
We'll have a timeout here for
ooh.
I'll have to wait and make sure the coaching staff thinks that she's going to be okay. That was a shot right to the side of the face.
Yes, it was. Man. Ooh. Well, Coach Chrisman will go out there and take a look at her. Looks like she's going to be all right. She's not complaining or anything. Chrisman there with his assistant, Mr. Mugler, checking her out to make sure she was okay.
With her. Now Coach Esteff's going to go and check and make sure she's all right himself.
Wow. That's why I was never a catcher. How about you?
You had to be able to catch the ball. That's why.
Oh, is that? Thanks. Thank you. Oh, my. Let's watch this in replay in slow motion and see exactly what happened. Here's a good camera shot. We've got great camera shots.
Oh, ooh. Fouled off the bat right on the side of the head.
Yeah. Look right on the temple area there. Of course, she's got the mask in front of her, folks. It didn't hit the temple; it hit the mask. But I tell you what, I've never had it happen before, but I'm going to assume, Mike, that even when it hits the mask, that's hard. That hurts.
All right, it looks like we're all ready to go here again, and we are in sixth, and then we got another timeout called.
They want to make sure she's going to be all right.
Looks like the plate umpire says, "Okay, I think we're ready to go." And she takes, after that long delay, she looks at a called third strike. So Hardy goes down by a strikeout, looking in the to lead it off here in the sixth inning. That's now going to bring up Danielle Quandal, third baseman here.
Ooh, nice pitch.
Takes the first pitch for a strike. Struck out in the first inning. She was the first strikeout victim of Moore's. She grounded out to the second baseman in the third inning, and are now batting in the sixth. Takes that pitch just inside.
And if we haven't said it enough, ladies and gentlemen, another National Honor Society there, Danielle Quandal.
The National Honor Society is now a member of the Hampton School Board.
Yeah.
A swing and a miss, and 1 ball and 2 strikes.
4.1 GPA for the young lady standing up here, Michael. 4.1. I'm just really amazed at the GPAs of all these student athletes that we have playing here today. Hampton should be very proud.
Oh. Looks at a third strike right down the middle.
Oh, even from back here, you can see that pitch. What a beautiful pitch by Maddie Morris. Wow. Now, that one got everybody. That pitch just came in there and boom. And
2 down now here in the sixth inning. That's going to bring up Melissa Gilliana. And that is, she's the catcher for Kecoughtan. Ground ball to third base.
Catcher for Bethel.
I'm sorry. And the throw over to first base for the third out. So nothing doing for Kecoughtan in the sixth inning. 2 strikeouts for Mandy Morris. And 3 up, 3 down. No hits, no runs, no errors. And nobody left on base. So after 5 1/2, the Kecoughtan Warriors lead this one 3-0.
Another 3 up, 3 down for Maddie Morris as she continues with her tough pitching for the Kecoughtan Warriors. Her team giving her a 3-0 lead as we go into the bottom of the sixth. And we'll see if they can add to that. Or
9 strikeouts in 5 innings.
Is that what she has now, 9?
9 strikeouts in 6 innings, I'm sorry.
As we watch the replay of the last out of the last inning there. Whoa. Once again, this is LSC, ladies and gentlemen. Cox 48 and Verizon 23. Coming to you from Kecoughtan High School on Woodland Road here in Hampton. 2 very good teams, Michael, playing in this game here today. We've seen some good, crisp defensive plays. We've seen some smooth hitting. This has just been a fun game to watch. I can tell you that right now. We've had some good plays, good hits. Woo.
Yeah, don't forget we have to pick the player of the game, and we're getting close to the end here, 3-0. Each team will be have a player of the game chosen, and I tell you what, we have a big choice with when it comes to Kecoughtan. Bethel's done a good job too.
Yeah. Well,
defensively, both teams have been outstanding in this game.
Well, I'm going to guess. I think I know who you are going to choose for Kecoughtan here.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. We kind of already know who that's going to be.
Yeah.
But Bethel's the one we're going to have a hard time deciding on. But I tell you what, I think we'll be able to do the job as we get ready to get started here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Leading off for should be Gabby Jenkins.
No, that will be where Bethel's up here. I know the uniforms are all. Well, I'm sorry. This is Kecoughtan, isn't it? I'm sorry. I was looking at the green uniform and thinking that was Kecoughtan again.
Takes that pitch a little bit high. It should be number 11.
I got to take these sunglasses off so I can see.
Well, it looks like Kecoughtan's actually batted a pinch hitter here. It's number 11 that has entered the game, and that's yes, this was a substitute by the Kecoughtan Warriors, and I don't know if she actually entered the game properly, did she?
Look at that ball spin. Oh, man. That ball. Did you see that?
Yep.
Did you see that ball spin like a top right there? Good Lord.
Well, whoever it was that's batted at to lead it off is now at second.
Look at this. Look at this ball spin. Look at it spin. Great bunt.
And got the out.
Great bunt.
Yep. Yeah, this is number 16 here. This is the pinch hitter.
Who is this? Who is this? You lost track on that first one. That was
well, it should have been Gabby Jenkins that batted.
Yeah, well, no, Gabby Jenkins was the one that got on.
Right. And then Holly Tidwell was the one that got out.
Sacrificed.
Right. So that was the first out. And the second out, this batter should be Heather Linkus, but there's a different number up there right now. So we're gonna have to find out who she is off the roster. It's number 16, and I don't have her name. I apologize for that.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. We just don't know who this is right now. Well, we'll. Umpire put his hand out there to get another ball from the catcher, and the catcher turned around and shook his hand because she didn't have a ball to give to him. Oh, Lord. Man. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. I just can't find that number 16 on my sheets anywhere here. So, Mike,
we're having a discussion right now. All right, let's see what's going to happen here.
Yeah, we'll try and find out who that is.
2-2 is the count. There's a ground ball in the hole, and it looks like we're going to have a base hit here. And that's going to put – and the runner at second will hold there. The runner at second is Gabby Jenkins, but the base hit right there by the pinch hitter, number 16.
Number 16, we'll see the replay here. A sharp ground ball just past shortstop, excuse me.
But the ball's hitting to the left side of the infield, held Jenkins at second base. That puts runners at first and second. And one out. The next batter should be Maddie Morris,
and
number
that's
17.
Who it is. And I don't know what's going on now, but got some sort of discussion going on here.
Timeout has been called. It looks like the umpire wants the Kecoughtan coach to discuss the situation here, as Larry Estep has actually gone to the umpire, and it looks to me like he's saying somebody batted out of order. So we'll have to wait and see what the final disposition of this play is. As it looks like the umpire is going to call the runner at first base out, and he also tells the runner at second to go back to first. Well, if the batter at first batted out of turn, the runner at second doesn't have to go back to first because she was already there. So that's a discussion we'll have to get straightened out here. All right, we'll be right back just shortly as we have to make a tape change here. It looks as what they've done here is they've actually said that Barnes actually batted out of line, or out of batting order, and what happened was she came in and pinch hitted, and I don't believe that she actually announced herself to the umpire as a pinch hitter, And what they've done is they've actually called her out. Yeah, after they called her out, the runner at second base, they're telling her to go back to first, but the runner at second base should stay at second because she was there before the play took place.
Well, she just went back there.
Yeah, so we'll start this off with 2 outs and the runner at second.
So it was, what did she do? She just didn't announce herself in there?
That's the only thing that could happen. We'll have to try to get a clarification on that one. So that turned out pretty kind of screwy, I guess.
What was an out?
It's 2 outs now, and that's going to bring up Maddie Morris, as she is 0 for 3 so far here in the game. It doesn't matter with her bat; she's done a great job pitching.
Yeah,
pitches a little high and outside. That's ball 1.
And she does a great job academically too. National Honor Society. She's National Junior Honor Society. She's 3.92 GPA, Mike. 3.92.
Here's a ground ball to the shortstop, a scoop, and the throw. And Morris is retired for the 3rd out of the inning. So we finished 6 complete here, and Kecoughtan will continue to lead this one by a score of 3-0. A little bit of a mishap took place there where a pinch hitter came in and apparently didn't announce that she was pinch hitting, and after a base hit, she was called out. So Larry Eastep was on the ball, so to speak, when it comes to making sure that the players were legal out on the field. So after 6 complete innings of play here at Kecoughtan, the Warriors lead 3-0.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, you're watching LSC as we watch the replay here of the last out, I believe this is. Ground ball. And the toss across.
It was close, too. Watch how close this was.
Look at this slow motion. Ooh, one step. And you're watching that, again, on LSC, Cox Channel 48 and Verizon Channel 23. We come to you from Kecoughtan High School, March 27th, Tuesday of 2012. So we're going into the last inning here, top of the last inning. There we can see us down there a little bit. Take these cameras off us. I tell you what. That's Mike there, folks. He's the one that waves, and
he's showing us behind the cage now. That ain't right. Yeah, that picture right there just ain't right.
Yeah, we need. Let me see. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, it's terrible there. Come on now.
All right. So as we enter the 7th inning of play here, Bethel will start it off with Michaela Harney, and she reached base in the 2nd inning by error and was stranded at 3rd. She had a base hit back in the 4th, so she is 1 for 2. As Maddie Morris will attempt to try to nail it down here, as she has a 3-0 lead. Currently has 9 strikeouts in the game. Again, don't forget we have our player of the game selections here.
That's what I was just going to remind you.
There's a line shot past the shortstop, and Harney will have the 3rd hit of the game for the Bruins. She is 2 for 3 on the game. I guess she's kind of a leading candidate, so to speak, for player of the game, huh?
Well, she
does well.
Does have 2 of the 3 hits as we watch the second one right here. And that pitch, a good pitch, a little inside, had a little movement on it. But Harney just got her bat around on it, threw the hands down there, and drilled the ball right into left field for a base hit.
Brianna Hamby is the next batter. Timeout is called.
What are they doing here? I think they got a pinch runner.
No, that's 23. That is Brianna.
No, I think they are. No.
Did they put a pinch runner out there for Harney?
They may have done that. They might have a pinch runner there at first.
I believe it's number 3, but I'm not sure from here. We'll have to see if we can get it. Here's the first pitch in. Oh, what a pretty changeup.
Yeah, that I can't tell on the screen here.
Well, there is a pinch runner at first, so we'll see if we can get it if we can.
I believe it is Raposa maybe. I believe is her last name.
Yeah,
if it's who I think it is.
I would pronounce it Raposa.
Okay.
And if it's not, we apologize. So here we go. This is Hamby at the plate. First runner's at first base. No outs here as the Bruins will try to get something going here. 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count.
Miss Hamby with the 4.09 GPA as a 10th grader, starting off her career in high school real well. Looking at Virginia Tech or the University of Virginia eventually as she pops up.
Pops out to Vet at second base for the first out. And still standing at first is the pinch runner.
And I'm looking over these things here, Mike. I'm trying to look at the who we're going to have for players of the game. I still like this one right here, and I'm sure that's who you have starter circled over there as that ball is fouled off. And
this is Cooper.
Hey, you got some others over there, too,
Second
that
base.
you could look at, but I don't know. That's your job, buddy.
Well,
Yeah,
I got the easy one.
I think you're right.
Up in the way up high. It's 1-1. One down here.
But I got my eye on one. I got my eye on one for Bethel. I'll show you in a minute.
This foul ball back here to the fence.
Still warm out here. Still nice and warm.
Yeah, that's the sun right on our back. It makes it a lot easier, I'm telling you.
Yeah, there's a few more shadows as I look out there, but
you notice how the shadows are starting to work its way across the field.
Yeah, they creep from first to third.
And the third baseman's wearing sunglasses.
Yeah.
I'm sure that helps because the shortstop is actually using her glove to hide
Shield herself.
To hide the sun.
Oh, nice
There's a
pitch.
line shot and through the glove of the shortstop, and an error. E6 will be on the play. That moves Harney up to second base, and that puts Cooper at first with one down. First and second with one out. That's going to bring up Nicole Hall. She struck out back in the second inning, then also struck out in the fifth inning.
As we saw the replay right there, the shortstop for the Warriors, and that's Gabby Jenkins, had the ball right there, just took her eye off of it. And tell you what, these Bethel Bruins are not going to go away silently. They're putting the runners on the base, and they're going to make this game tough.
Foul ball down the first base line, and it is foul, so 0-1.
Just couldn't quite get around on that one. She slapped that one off to the side. That was a fast pitch right there, I can tell you that. Man. Good job today by the young ninth grader Maddie Morris. And she's pitching for the Kecoughtan Warriors. Ooh.
That one's also fouled back. She's getting a piece of it all the time.
She's getting a piece, Mike, but she can't get around on it. She's slapping the hands out there, and I don't blame her. If I were her, I'd be trying to slap that ball to the right-hand side because she's having a tough time getting around on that fastball. I'll tell you, right about now, she might want to think about throwing a little change and see what happens.
Well, she's behind on the pitches, so I'm not sure.
I know. The old saying is if you're behind, you throw a change up.
There was a shot at the shortstop, and that looks like that was close. It looked like Blue wanted to pull the string on that one, didn't it?
Yeah, it looked a little
1 ball,
outside.
2 strikes.
Looked a little outside from back here, but it's hard to say.
Nicole Hall fouls out, was back off to the first base side again.
Bethel Bruins with runners on first and second here in the top of the 7th, a 3-0 ball game.
Ooh, and looked at a third strike. That ball looked like it was outside. But a called third strike for the second out of the inning, and strikeout number 10 for Morris as we get near the end of the game here. And Bethel needs to get something going here. They trailed by 3-0. That's Kenyana Cook is up now. Kenyana Cook. There's a foul ball off to the left again, and a little bit behind on the pitch. So Morris almost looks like she's actually gotten stronger as the game's gone.
I think she has, Mike. I think you're right. She keeps getting stronger and stronger and just firing those things in there. And she's doing a great job. Ninth grader again, folks. Ninth grader out here on the mound.
Again, this is Cook batting, and right now we have a 0-2 count. There are 2 outs. There's a pitch and a swing and a miss. 0-2 is the count, and we're 1 strike away from having a ball game end here. Right now as the Lady Warriors again leading this one 3-0, and in command right now
is the young pitcher from Kecoughtan, Maddie Morris.
Here is the pitch, and a swing and a miss. And strikeout number 11 for Maddie Morris, and that's going to end it here at Kecoughtan High School, as the Lady Warriors will win this one by a score of 3-0 on a 3-hit shutout. What an outstanding game there by the Kecoughtan.
A great game.
Lady
And
Warriors.
Mike, we got to come up with players of the game. I know who you want, so go ahead and tell us who your player of the game is.
Well, that's going to be Maddie Morris with 11 strikeouts. Can't deny that.
Not at all. The young pitcher threw a great game. Mike, I'm going to go with something a little bit odd here. Sierra Barker pitched a great game, but Michaela Harney was the only one to get 2 hits off of Maddie Morris, and I'm going to give her player of the game for Bethel because she did a good job hitting off one of the most fantastic pitchers we've seen this year, Maddie Morris. So, ladies and gentlemen, those are players of the game.
And the final score here at Kecoughtan, 3-0 over the Bethel Bruins.
What a game. So a great game by both the Kecoughtan Warriors and the Bethel Bruins. The final score once again, 3-0. We've seen some great softball, both defensively and offensively here. We have seen, in my humble opinion, a National Honor Society game, as we've had nothing but students here with averages above 3.5. We've seen some fantastic sportsmanship here. As Scotty said from the booth, these kids look like they know what they're doing, and they do. Frankly, they do. This has been LSC, your local sports channel. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, we're on Cox Channel 48 and Verizon Channel 23. Mike, any last thoughts?
Well, the final score was 3-0. That's the only final thought I've got. A shutout for the Kecoughtan Warriors, and that makes their record 4-1 on the year. And Bethel drops to 4-2. So we, again, what a great game, a great day for a softball game.
We'd like to thank our crew for the nice shots today and everybody in the booth for a good job. From Kecoughtan High School on Woodland Road in Hampton, Virginia, I'm Paul Rowe, along with
Mike Hauser.
Good night, everybody.